It's hard to tell who loves Reds Fest more, the fans
There you go.
or the team's owner, Bob Castellini.
I think everybody knows there's a big little boy in Bob. Just ask Susie.
He is a fan, and he understands how the fans feel.
Since buying the Reds, their #1 fan has also become a celebrity. When all he owned was a produce company, nobody wanted his autograph on a tomato.
Who's your favorite player?
Now, he can't walk 2 steps without being stopped by a grateful fan.
Thank you for being the owner.
Oh, nice to see you.
He sees it as a community asset. He sees it as that he doesn't own the Reds. His ownership group doesn't own the Reds. The community owns the Reds.
Make no mistake, Bob and his group of local investors bought the team because they love baseball and they love the Reds. But there's more to it than that. He did it because he loves Cincinnati.
I would tell you I would not be the lead person in ownership outside of Cincinnati. I just would not have had that passion to do that.
Bob's passion for Cincinnati starts back in the 1890s when the Castellini family started selling produce in this town. Bob's father ran the family business down by the river until his sudden death at the age of 48.
I remember when my father died when I was in 5th grade, and from then on I started to work down in the bottoms every summer, so it was in my blood.
When Bob came home from college, he ran the company and created one of the great entrepreneurial stories in our city's history. Today, the Castellini group of companies has grown to about 2,000 employees, and it's one of the largest fresh produce distributors in the country. In his mind, success in business gives Bob and his wife Susie a chance to help their community. The Art Museum, the Zoo, Good Samaritan Hospital, Xavier University.
He is a devout Catholic. He lives his faith. He practices his faith. And he's an example of his faith.
Lately, Bob is getting more involved in how the community runs. Take, for example, the Banks Project. After 10 years of inaction, Bob agreed to lead the Banks Working Group.
I think the reason why I was asked to help out and lead the group was because of my position with the Reds, but that was not the driving force. The driving force was the fact that I'm a Cincinnatian and I felt the same way as everybody else did. I thought this was ridiculous that we couldn't put it all together.
Very quickly, it seemed, Bob helped find a solution.
He wants to hear various points of view, but he's not afraid to call the question.
Bob's style in meetings, or I would rather use the word tactic, is at some point during the meeting, he likes to growl at all of us. And I'm guessing it's just to let us know that he's still in the room, because oftentimes we forget.
As a result of Bob's leadership, the city has a new neighborhood on the river.
The part of his DNA that's so key here is his tenacity. I mean, he's intelligent, he's capable, you know, he's aggressive, but he is tenacious.
Recently, he's turned his attention to another community issue, encouraging minority business.
A large portion of our minority citizens don't feel like they're part of the business aspects of what goes on.
There's something wrong with that, he said. There's something wrong with a person that doesn't feel like they have a stake in our community. Let's find out what that is and let's work on it. He cares about that.
I mean, he's passionate about inclusion. And when he understands an issue and becomes passionate about it, he can't help but take action. And again, it's not just time, it's time, talent, and treasure. He puts his money where his mouth is, and he spends the time to get involved, to make things different, to make things better.
Bob's biggest project is still the Reds. He believes that the more they win, the more he can do to make the community better.
Using the baseball team as a catalyst for community development, whether it's on the riverfront, whether it's in neighborhoods where you refurbish baseball diamonds, all that works together for what he's always believed in, that is he wants Cincinnati to be as good as it can be.
All the time he talks about, you know, the importance of the city and the importance of Cincinnati, you know, in his life and in his children's life and in his children's lives. And, you know, there aren't many people that care about their city as much as Bob Castellini does.
Winning the division title in 2010 was Bob's first taste of a championship.
I think the most important baseball in our this is our 7th year now of our ownership, would be the baseball that Jay Bruce hit. That was a defining moment for us.
Now he wants to bring a World Series trophy back to Cincinnati. When that happens, it will bring together two of his great passions, because the Reds and the city of Cincinnati are in his heart.
If you're going to look back on the impact of Bob in the community, you can look all around you and see it everywhere. And for-profit, non-profit, public works, anything. He's been everywhere.
In my mind, Bob is truly a life-sized hero. Bob has stepped up to truly transform this community in so many different ways, and we're all the better for it.